Is that his thigh rubbing between my... Ah! Hey Internet, it's Jessica and welcome back to your Dry Delight. So today I am going to be starting Leslie's route so we can continue on with the story and finally see the ending of this game. So if you haven't seen Mayor's route, I'm going to leave a link in the description for the playlist. You should watch that first because both routes actually connect together to create one ending. So I'm really interested to see where Leslie will take us. So let's begin. Okay, so we got to the part, if you remember, where Ritcher has to decide where he wants to go, to the speakeasy again or go with Leslie to the hotel. So finally, we're gonna go to the party and hopefully gather information and kind of enjoy our company with Leslie. Okay, boss, you've won me over. Party it is. Attaboy, Ritcher. Leslie spins around in his chair at top speed, apparently thrilled by my reply. Hopefully our supervisor doesn't decide to walk in on us right now. I think I'll send someone to the speakeasy anyway, just to scope it out again. That place has gotta be important somehow. Ignoring the spinning Leslie, I rub my cheeks thoughtfully and gaze at the ceiling, pondering at the situation. If another agent can get some information on the place, maybe we can combine it with tonight's findings to form a better plan? I'll call Earl and tell him to head over there while we're at the party. Well, good thing there's plenty of paperwork to keep us busy for the rest of the day. A whole stack of reports arrived this morning, actually. I was getting worried when you came in so late, thought I had to do it all by myself. Good thing we're a team, right, boss? Boss? Is he sleeping? I glance over at Leslie, who has gone silent. Still slowly spinning in his chair, head slumped back. Is he snoring? If I had a dime for every time this happened, I'd be a rich man. But no, all I have is this massive pile of paperwork. Ugh. As Leslie enjoys his morning nap, I bury myself into reports, poring over them one by one. That bastard's lucky I have such a soft spot for him. Otherwise, I'd tip him out of that damn chair and throw these papers in his face. He always looks so peaceful when he's sleeping, though. Not that care in the world. And innocent as a kid. That's my dashing senior partner, after all. As evening finally rolls around, I managed to finish up the paperwork. Leslie woke up in time to help me with the last third, and we headed to the party. Our taxi takes us to a lavish hotel, an appropriate place for a fancy gala like tonight's. When we get to the crowded parlor, Leslie and I decide to split up, so I'm left alone with a smashing of chatty guests dressed in the nines. I wander around for a while, trying to keep my distance while attempting to spot anyone of note, but it's too crowded for my strategy to work. I'm going to have to get into the thick of it, aren't I? Working at these events is always a nightmare. Mingle with the partygoers, eavesdrop on the politician. Let's mingle with the partygoers, because I feel like, you know, after seeing in the speakeasy, Ritcher's not really good at eavesdropping, so let's just go with this. I might pick up some useful tidbits if I get closer to the guests. They sure sound chatty. Why not do that to you? Stuffing my hands in my pockets, I casually stroll by a couple standing near the fireplace, turning into their conversation. Well, 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 if you aren't the prettiest little doll in a dress. Hee, trying to sweet talk me? No, I'm just telling the truth. You remind me of the vamp, just a little whiter, that's all. What? The vamp? Vamp is the earliest movie sex symbol was silent movie with actress Thea Barra. Earned the name The Vamp for playing a scornfully sexually predator femme fatale roles. Oh, okay. What? How dare you? Get lost! I'm through with you, cad! What a charmer. Reminds me of my own lack of love life. It's tough to find the time, let alone a demo who seems worth chasing. Is Richter, like, bisexual? Is that just me? I don't know. Love's just hard to worry about, isn't it? Especially since I've already got my hands full with Leslie. God only knows how I could look after someone else, too. I do get a little lonely now and then, but I guess it's just a part of the job. Wait, what am I standing around brooding for? Damn it, I didn't come here to feel sorry for myself. I can do that at home. I signed to myself. I turn around and start scoping out a more promising group to join. Ritcher! A sing-song voice suddenly calls out my name, floating around the loud chatter of all the guests. A familiar sing-song voice. Leslie? Boss? Boss, you! Ah, there you are. Whoa! Leslie comes half stumbling towards me, crashing into my arms. I managed to catch him, considering he's lighter than a paperweight, but I can't get him to stay upright. He keeps slumping back onto me, not even attempting to stand straight. Boss, just what the hell are you doing? Shh, not so loud. We're blending in, Ritcher. Blending in. He's completely smoked, isn't he? Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. I can already guess what happened. Leslie can barely handle a single drink, and the champagne's flowing like the Nile here. Quick, take me to the broom closet. Boss, where are you? Shh! Pressing a finger on my lips, glancing around me indignantly. I found some things out, important things, but we need privacy. Somewhere I can pick up my feet. I don't know if I should be impressed or concerned that he's got drugged so quickly. Well, it's not like I can really drag him home in this state, can I? What am I gonna do with you? Muttering to myself in disbelief, I helped Leslie down the hall, away from the rest of the party. Luckily, it seems like the host staff planned ahead. A number of doors are already unlocked and open. For situations just like this one, no doubt. I thought we were going to the closet. Why are we in the bedroom? We end up in a dark room, and I kick the door closed after dragging Leslie inside. Broom closet, you're off your rocker, boss. Deciding to dispose my senior partner on the bed, I move us towards it gently and nudge him onto the covers. Maybe he'll just decide to fall asleep. What? Oh, I said I have important things to tell you! Before I can step away, Leslie grabs my wrist and tugs me down onto the bed. Sit. What? Is this some kind of impromptu meeting? Leslie leans back against the pillow and gives me a hazy smirk, nodding. His legs are stretched out across my lap, and he's still got his shoes on. He'll get dirt on the bedspread at this rate. Oh, taking off my boots? You're too good to me. I don't deserve a partner like you, Richter. I really don't. Somebody's gotta take care of you. True. I don't envy that someone. Our relationship is a running joke between us, but I've never been unhappy with how things are. Leslie takes care of me too, in his own little ways. Buying me food, teaching me French on the weekends, making me stay home, and bringing soup every time I'm sick. That's sweet. Whenever I need him, he's always there. Hello? Richter? Anybody home? Leslie snaps his finger in front of my face, giggling to himself. You've been staring at me for about 30 seconds? That's because I was thinking about what a big fat hypocrite you are. Hypocrite? Me? Razzing on me this morning for being hungover, but here you are, fried off your mind. Well, nobody's perfect, not even me. He pouts, fluffing the pillows behind his back in an attempt to knit his brow into a serious expression. Doesn't work very well. I found out who's behind the booze at tonight's party. In fact, it sounds like he's been pulling the strings all of Cleveland. You're serious? Who is it? A fella called Eastman, biggest name in the whole city's underworld. Mayor Eastman. My breath catches. Does that mean the man from last night was... Nah, it's probably not the same one. Leslie shakes his head, and if he's reading my thoughts. He's tall, really short hair, likes to wear a long coat, low distinctive laugh. It's him. We stare at each other for several seconds, unsure of what to make of this revelation. I can't believe I was actually drinking with a mob boss last night, let alone one who propositioned me for cake. But what surprises me the most is, he wasn't a bad guy. How's that? Leslie blinks at me when I unconsciously mutter my thoughts out loud. Mayor. He wasn't rude or intimidating, and he sure as hell didn't try to throw his weight around like you think. I guess I'm thrown up by how normal he seems, like a regular Joe, not someone in the mafia. Rather than poking fun at me, Leslie gently nods, exhaling a quiet sigh. Apparently he's pretty well liked around here. Doesn't usually resort to violence. Either they say he's got a golden tongue, and he always manages to work out a deal to make everyone happy. I don't know how much of it's true, but if it is, then the recent fights around Little Italy would make more sense. You mean the crazy reports we've gotten recently? The very same. The Italian gangs are probably trying to regain their turf they've lost. He's right. Half the reports I've got today were about the actions on the east side of town. Mayor's men must really be putting on pressure on them. Just how much of the foothold does he have in Cleveland? Leslie rolls over on the bed, a gloom shadow settling on his normal bright features. I expect him to be cheery about this new lead, not so grim. What's gotten into him? You know, Richter, sometimes I don't know if we're doing the right thing. His voice drops to a soft, hesitant murmur, the first time I've ever heard him so unsure of himself. Boss? You know, helping enforce Prohibition. My shock must be obvious because Leslie lets out a worried laugh. I bet that sounds rich coming from a drunk sap like me. You probably think I'm nuts, but To tell you the truth, I've never been certain of it at all. Is it really the government's job to tell folks what they can and can't drink? Will dry America really be a better place to live? Seeing folks enjoying themselves and relaxing like tonight makes me think liquor is not just for fun, it's a part of our culture, our customs. It's not about getting drunk, it's about the freedom to drink. Just like anything else. Just like anything else. Freedom's what we fought for since the colonists came over into the big stupid boats. He glances away from the self-deprecating, wistful smile. Now that I think about it, he's been a lot less enthusiastic about the job than previous work. I guess now I know why? Did I ever tell you how much I wanted to be an FBI agent, Ritcher? Once, I think. Mom and Dad, they always told me to keep at it. I think they believed in me more than I did. They didn't know why I wanted to hurt the bad guys. They didn't know why I wanted to hunt bad guys so badly. The bad guys? He nods solemnly, eyes clouded over with memory. My parents were saints, but some of my friends, they weren't so lucky. A few had mothers or fathers who had been taken to the bottle, and well, the ones who didn't have the marks on their bodies had them in mind. It crushed me, seeing it happen to the people I cared for, being so powerless to stop it. That's why, when the Volstead Act rolled out, I was all for it. Surely it stopped the same thing from happening to other kids. Leslie slowly trails off. Our gaze meets for a long, somber moment. But I guess I'm starting to grow up now. I know people will always find things to abuse, and something like liquor, something like so core to our society, you can't ever really get rid of it. So we should be the ones to help take it away from the people who drink for fun, over dinner, to celebrate, because they damn well please. The soldiers who lost their arm and leg fighting the war, but come home to hear they can't even enjoy a shot of bourbon? I just don't know. He lets out another sigh, this one's deep and troubled. He shuts his eyes tight, almost as if he's trying to fall asleep again. You're not crazy, boss. Leslie stares at me as I sprouted wings. Well, maybe just a little crazy, but for different reasons. About what you said, though, the more I think about it, it's hard for me to argue. I hesitate for a moment. Normally I don't open up much about people, but tonight's proving to be a strange night. In front of Leslie, I don't feel like I have to hold anything back. My pod, he drank. I guess it's all he had since my mom died having me. Probably why he took off when I was a kid, left me with my grandparents. Jesus, he has a dark backstory. Richer. Leslie's fingers reaches out to brush my sleeve, lightly squeezing the fabric. Hey, don't feel sorry for me. They were good folks, traditional views aside. Grandpa, he was always muttering about how the law is what makes a man better than beast. Every single time he read the police reports, he'd say that without fail. The law is the highest order to uphold Earth. Grandpa thought, aside from the Bible, that is. So, little Richard's got a little drill in his head, did he? I nod, smirking faintly. No crime headlines to read in heaven, Grandpa. You must be pretty bored up there. He wanted me to be a policeman, but luckily detective work was close enough to count. When it comes to Prohibition, though, I've always had my own doubts. Maybe the law makes us better than beasts, but the government's not the gospel. I don't know, it doesn't feel right to follow orders just because they're from the top. I joined the agency to help people, not to make their lives harder. Anything that goes against that, I just can't put in my heart. Feds or no. By the time the last words leave my mouth, I feel like a complete idiot. Just because Leslie shared his story doesn't mean that I have to go into babble on. It's like I'm an old church lady or something. Ugh. You know, Richter, I really admire you. Leslie smiles warmly at me as I glance at him in shock. Where did that come from, I wonder? Unlike most folks, you don't always take things at face value. You stop and think, you feel, instead of only judging. Maybe you should be the senior partner, then I feel better about relying on you so much. I think I've got it wrong, boss. You're just a regular old... No! There's nothing regular about you, not to me anyway. No, you're a special breed of fantastic. Aww. That's pretty gay. It's really cute, though. He doesn't normally give me these genuine compliments. How the hell am I supposed to respond to that? I admire you too, boss. What I mean is, Oh? Please do tell me more. Well, now that I've got it done, I can tell him he's not going to let me get away with this one, so I better come up with something real quick. I guess I really admire how dedicated you are, how adorable you are. I mean, these are both good, you know, things to say, like how dedicated he is, but how adorable he is. I don't know which one's gonna land me, like, you know, the D. I don't know which one will give me the D, but, I don't want to sound like a total dick, because, like, he is cute, but, like, he's dedicated. I guess I have to go with the adorable, I guess. I don't know. How adorable you can be sometimes. Sleeping, spinning in your chair, stuffing your face with cake. Christ, did those words actually just come out of my mouth? I haven't had a single drink tonight, so there's no excuse. None at all. God rest my soul. Oh, so you finally noticed. It's about time. I was preparing drastic measures to get your attention. Drastic measures? That's not important now, though, since apparently I won you over after all. So he was doing all that dumb stuff just so he would give him attention. He cackles, obviously pleased with himself. This is why I shouldn't give compliments. Oh, Ritcher? Leslie's tone suddenly turns serious again. Almost too serious. Now that we're poured over our hearts over one another, I need to tell you something important. What's that? I'm not just gonna bell it out. It's a secret. Lean down. He patiently beckons me closer. Curious, I scoot towards the head of the bed, leaning in to listen. I'm not sure what he could possibly so... What? What happened? A hand grabs the back of my hair and pulls me down. The next thing I know... Whoa! Whoa! Damn! This guy does not hold back. He's just like, let me just grab him and kiss him. Leslie's soft lips are pressed against mine. The boss is... This can't be happening. Did I fall asleep? Leslie holds the kiss for a little longer, fingers tightly curled around my hair. But after a few seconds, he lets go. I quickly pull back, touching a hand to my lips. A mortified look of horror instantly crosses Leslie's face. I don't think he realized what he's doing either. Richter, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, the booze, He covers his face with his hands, peeking at me through the fingers. It's like you think I'm going to start shouting at him. What? Am I that scary? One kiss doesn't hurt anybody, does it? After a moment of hesitation, I lean closely to Leslie, gently pulling his hand away from his face. He's so wide-eyed and embarrassed, I better savor this look, because he doesn't wear it often. Just between you and me, boss, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Ooh! Richer. Aww, yay! This time, I'm the one who kisses Leslie, pressing him onto the bed. His hand flints the back of my hair, fingers grabbing and pulling, a lot rougher than his normal ruffles, that's for sure. He lets out a soft whimper when I nip and suckle his bottom lip, playfully tugging at it with my teeth. We share a string of light kisses, but I can't keep myself from teasing my tongue into his mouth, savoring his little meals of delight. I'm in a daze myself. We've always had a close relationship, but me and Leslie, neither of us have dared to push beyond that unspoken line. But as I cover Leslie's lip with kisses, finally embracing him the way I've always dreamed of doing, I can't deny how satisfying it feels. I care so much for him, more than anything or anyone else. Boss, partner, friend, does it really matter? He's here with me, he wants me, and that's all I can bring myself to care about. Our lips pressed together harder, forcing me to steal breaths between Leslie's needy kisses. He's really getting into it. Is that his thigh rubbing between my... I swear, he's so unfairly adorable that I can't help myself. If I didn't know he was drunk, I don't think I'd be able to keep my hands off of him. Finally, I draw back just enough to suck in some much-needed air. Leslie nuzzles against my ear, murmuring softly against it. I hope I won't forget this in the morning, but if I do, you have my permission to remind me. Yeah, sure. The full extent of what we did suddenly hits me like a frying pan in the face. I pull away more, jerking upright and letting out a cough, turning my head awkwardly to one side. Work's sure gonna be interesting tomorrow, eh? How the hell can we resume normal business after this? I sure hope I didn't make the dumbest mistake of my life. Maybe we should, leave the hotel and head home? It's getting pretty late, don't you think, boss? I steal a glance back at Leslie, unsure of how to respond. He's sleeping. His chest slowly rises and falls. A quiet breath flutters out from the parted lips. You'd think I would have seen that one coming. With a sigh, I slide off onto the floor, leaning back against the side of the bed. I guess I'll just keep a vigil and mull. I guess I'll keep vigil and mull things over until Leslie wakes up. Thanks to his insistent touching, I can't expect to fall asleep right now. Well, whatever happens after tonight, I can't say I have any regrets. You really are something, boss, that's for sure. And I like you just the way you are. Hypocrisy, narcolepsy, and all. I wouldn't have it any other way. I stumble into the office bright and early, letting out a long yawn. I haven't pulled an all-nighter like this since my college days, and now I understand why. Slumping into my chair, I gulp down my coffee and try to slap myself awake. We've got work to do today, so hopefully Leslie's isn't too late. I drop him off around 4 a.m. at his apartment, but he managed to get more sleep than I did. You know, maybe I should go bring the whole coffee pot in here. I've got a feeling I'm gonna need it. I rise unsteadily back to my feet, wandering back to the door in a haze. Just as I reach for the handle... Good morning! Ugh! Ow, 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 do you really have to scream in my ears first thing, Richter? I'm happy to see you too, but really? Leslie pinches his ears and grimace, frowning playfully at me. Oh, you look terrible. Sit down, I brought you some donuts. That'll fix you up right quick. I let Leslie steer me back into my chair and he stuffs a donut into my mouth. It's good, but I'd trade all the donuts in the world for a few hours of sleep. We sit in unusual silence for a little while, munching on our breakfast and sipping coffee. Normally we'd be chatting about various things right now, but I can't bring myself to look at Leslie in the eye, not after last night. I've never felt so awkward in my life. Are we going to have to pretend like it didn't happen, or... Richter, what's the matter? This is so awkward. Leslie calls out to me with a mouthful of donut, gazing at me curiously as he chews. He definitely doesn't seem fazed, that's for sure. You look like a kid who just got peeing. You look like a kid who's just got peeping up a girl's skirt. Really, what's eating you? I don't like this silence. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Nothing. It's nothing, boss. Listen, why don't we just get started on work? He still seems pretty suspicious, but he eventually nods. I can't tell if he's playing dumb or really can't remember. You know, it's like probably the latter. About Eastman. I think we need more information on everything, including him, before we go to the FBI. If we blew our cover too early, we'll risk losing out on more leads, more potential sources. We should play this smart. Agreed. There's still a lot we don't know. Leslie gazes up thoughtfully at the ceiling, twirling a pen between his sugar-dusted fingers. Is that speakeasy at his base of operations? How many warehouses does he have? Are there other key players in this business? I'd say we need to stand up more agents to figure out the key details. I don't want to rush into anything. Send out agents? That reminds me, what happened to Earl, the guy that I sent out to scope the speakeasy yesterday? I didn't see him come to work today, and he didn't call me like he was supposed to. Oh no, did they kill him? Boss, I need to make a call. I sent Earl out last night, but he hasn't come in yet. Oh, alright, don't let me stop you. I search for the phone and quickly dial Earl's home number. Ring, ring, ring. No answer. I have a bad feeling about this. I bet anything that his disappearance is related to the speakeasy, Eastman, and the Mafia. Not good, huh? Leslie seems to figure out this pretty quickly, because he raises a worried eyebrow at me. I grimly nod. Damn it, I should have gone there myself last night. If something happened to Earl, then... We'll get some officers and head over there this evening. Boss? Just a quiet investigation at first. See if we can find anything about Earl. If there's any incriminating evidence, then we'll turn it into a full-blown raid. But hopefully he's just at some cat house this morning, hungover. Leslie gives me a small, reassuring smile. It makes me feel a little bit better, even though a nervous pit still shifts in my stomach. Tonight it is then. Attaboy. Ready to go over some more reports? Ready as I'll ever be. The rest of the day sinks into a blur of paperwork and coffee. Paperwork and coffee. Considering how much he's acting, maybe nothing really ever happened at all? Maybe I just dozed off in the hotel room and had a bittersweet dream? Maybe he's just playing dumb, I don't know. Hello? Richter, hello? Two hands roughly shake my shoulders. Huh? Wait, There was only one of us who can sleep for half the day, Richter. Don't try to steal my thunder. Why didn't you wake me up sooner? You were clearly exhausted. Those dark circles under your eyes make you look like a raccoon. It's cute. But listen, try to get some more sleep at night, okay? I can't rely on a hazy partner to have my back after all. And whose fault is that? I didn't get any sleep exactly, Mr. Bright-Eyed and bushy-tailed over there. After we get things out together, Leslie and I prepared to head to the speakeasy. It's already late, but there's been no call from Earl, so something's obviously going on. Richter, wait. As I reach for the door, Leslie suddenly grabs with sleep, tugging me back a little. About last night. I do remember it all, just so you know. See, he's playing dumb. I don't think he would just be like, what happened? This bastard. So, all of today was just an act? I know. I couldn't pass up the opportunity. Please don't hate me too much. But I just wanted to tell you that, well, I'm sorry. He bites his lip, averting his gaze guiltily. It's the same look he had last night, right after he kissed me. If you want, we can agree to pretend like it never happened. Things can go back to normal. We'll just have to be regular friends, senior partner and junior partner. Neither of us will speak of it again, and we can chalk it up to being drunk. And stupid. Mostly stupid. Leslie loudly clears his throat, fiddling his tie. Despite his self-affricating joke, I can tell that he's being serious about this. Our friendship is more important to both of us, so it's understandable, but... how do I really feel about things? It's not a question of liking Leslie, but last night's situation was, well... you were drunk, so I felt guilty. I definitely don't want to forget it. Hey, let's not forget, you know, because like, it makes more sense for them to have a relationship to me than Mayor, because we don't know Mayor, we just met him, and he's just like, let's make out in the back. At least these two were friends first, so they know each other, you know, so I kind of like Leslie a little bit more being with Ritcher, just saying. I don't want to forget it. No, boss. I don't want to pretend it didn't happen, definitely not. Even though I don't know where things will go on from here, I know for sure that I like you. You like kissing me, is that what you mean? I thought that was a given. Oh well, you were really enjoying it. I felt a little, or should I say, big surprise between your legs. Alright, Richter has a big D as well, apparently. Leslie snickers at my hasty response, back to his normal smug self. But I can tell that he's relieved to clear the air between us. I am too. Hey, once we're sure Earl's safe, let's talk about this again in a more private setting. Does that sound okay? That sounds great, boss. Did you just... Whoa, before I can finish it, Leslie suddenly pulls me into an adoring hug, squeezing so hard that I can barely breathe. He buries his face against my shoulder, nuzzling against it. How can you make my heart ache so much? I'll never become a hard-boiled detective if I keep getting feelings like this. Sighing affectionately, I curl an arm around him and squeeze back, enjoying the few moments of warmth we share. Okay. Leslie soon pulls back, taking a deep breath. Then we nod at each other, just like always. If we hurry, we can get to the bottom of this and still have time to get some cannoli before the shops close. Richer, you never told me you could read minds. I try to stay out of yours, too scared of what I might see. Clever boy. Okay guys, I'm gonna end this part right here. So I think this is gonna shift into like the ending, like the official ending of the meeting between Ritcher, Leslie, and Meyer. So hopefully we'll get that. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments what you think. So I really do think the dynamic relationship between Leslie and Ritcher is a lot better than Mayor, because Mayor is just like I said, some random guy, and we don't really know him. There's a much more meaningful relationship between Leslie and Ritcher, because they were friends first, and they were partners too, so they really know each other, and they've been around each other a lot. So it makes much more sense to have like feelings for him, because like they know each other and stuff. So I kind of like it better, even though Leslie's just sleeping all the time. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you know when I upload the next Your Dry Delight episode. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! Put that down! Put the other one! Put that down! Take this one! Yes! The pizza! He found his tongue wandering inside her mouth, exploring slowly as she... I'm sorry, let me do that again. He found his tongue wandering